Today I want to talk about imperialism. Imperialism is a simple definition of a very complex thing that happened throughout history. Political policies and actions that support stronger countries controlling weaker countries politically, economically, culturally, or some combination. Now, imperialism has looked ugly, empire-building wars of conquest. It's also had a benevolent side. And hear me out, because I don't actually mean what you might think I mean. If you think about today, it's always wrong to just walk into someone's home or walk into someone's land and say, hey, listen, we're stronger than you. We're in control now. You follow our lead. But there was a time period in history that not only was that okay, but it was encouraged. And many countries thought it was the right thing to do, simply because if they didn't, other countries would. And if you look at the countries that were imperializing other parts of the world, Africa, Asia, Polynesia, etc., not all of them had the best intentions. Prop up their economy, claim new markets to sell their industrial goods. United States got themselves tangled up into a conglomerate of different colonial claims, some of which they wanted to keep from other countries. Others they thought they could be the benevolent leader. And we have this concept of social Darwinism that many European countries and the United States fell prey to. Social Darwinism is the ideology that stronger countries should control weaker countries because survival of the fittest, only the strong survive, and less industrialized, less developed countries will suffer or be taken over by less benevolent leaders if they aren't assisted, brought up to speed by these benevolent imperialists. They're going to suffer as a people or be taken over by a non-benevolent imperial power. So they thought it was their burden, their actual duty to help these countries industrialize, help these countries. But wait a second, what if they don't want your help? We've seen scenarios where the United States backed out and things went horribly. We've seen situations where the United States interceded and things went horribly. We've also seen situations where the United States interceded and a culture developed that was strong, that could stand on its own, and one day had their independence. I love to talk about Puerto Rico and Cuba and the Philippines and all these different scenarios that some didn't work very well. Some were ugly. Some were shameful. Some worked out well. Depending on who you ask, Puerto Rico may end up being the 51st state one day. Many of them love their Caribbean American identity. We're part of the States, but we are Puerto Rico. What do you think? Is imperialism ever right? Is it ever right to force your will, almost like a parent, on another group of people? Even if you feel that by doing so, you can help them from falling prey to something worse. You could benefit them, you could help them in some way. Is it ever right to control another group of people against their will? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.